Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the fourth grade concept of estimation, specifically how we can estimate solutions to multiplication and division problems, and we'll do it in 5 minutes or less. So we have a sample problem on the screen here. Sarah has 268 Pokemon cards, puts them into 5 boxes. Each box will hold the same number of cards. It's this right here that first lets us know that we are dealing with equal groups, and whenever we see anything that gives us a clue that we are dealing with equal groups, that lets us know that we are going to either need to multiply or divide. But whenever you see a statement that talks about the same number or equal amounts in the same in each box or container, that lets you know it's multiplication or division. About how many cards will be in each box, this word right there lets us know that we are going to estimate. We don't need the exact answer. So let's see if we can draw a representation here. So we have 268 Pokemon cards. So that's going to be our total. That's how many she has. 268. All right, so let's draw a strip diagram here. 268. And what do we have here? 5 boxes, okay. So we're going to go like this. We're just going to kind of split this up into 5 groups. And then that's my question, right? How many goes in each group? And I don't need to find the exact answer. I can estimate. Well, what do we estimate to? It doesn't say. So let's see what happens when we estimate to, start with the largest number, right? So 268, how are we going to round that to the nearest 100? Well, when we do that, what we're really doing here is we're looking at the two numbers, the boundary numbers that 268 falls in between on the hundreds, right? So that's the 200s. The next 100 is going to be 300. We look at the halfway point. That's 250. And 268, well, that 68 is definitely larger than that 50, so it's going to land right around there, which means 268 is closer to 300, right? If this digit right next to the one we're rounding to is 5 or more, it makes it go up, and so we're going to go to 300. So it's about 300, and we're going to divide that equally into 5 boxes, right? So we can do that. So let's say we've got our 300. We're going to divide that into 5. Really what we can look at is, okay, so how many times can 5 go into 30? Well, that's just a multiplication fact. That's 6. Now we still have an extra 0 there. 5 times 6 is 30. We want 300. So how many times can 5 go into that 0? We need that extra 0 to get that 6 up to 60. Okay, so we can say estimate about that squiggly equal sign means approximately or about 60. Or what happens if we round it to the nearest 10? All right, so let's look at this. When we're looking at the nearest 10, we've got 268. All right, so let's take those first two digits, the 2 and the 6. Let's make that 8 into a 0, and let's make the next 10 up. It's between 260 and 270. So what's in between there? 265. So 8 is larger than 5, so it's going to go right around there. So it really moves up to 270. Since we're rounding to this tens place, we look at the next digit to the right, and that 8, remember, is greater than that 5. So it's about 270. So what happens if we round 268 to 270, then divide that into 5 equal groups? Well, we're going to get a slightly different answer here. 5 goes into 27 5 times. You notice last time it went in 6 times because we rounded it up to 300. So that's going to be 25. And we've got 2 left. And so 5 goes into 24 times. And that's going to be even there. So look at that, 54. So it all depends on how you want to round it, okay? So if we round it up to the hundreds place, it's about 60. If we rounded it to the tens place, it's 54. What is the actual answer? Well, let's go 5 into 268. We're going to see that rounding to the tens place is going to actually get us a little bit closer. So it's actually 53. And then we've got remainder 3, or we can say 3/5 left over. 53 remainder 3, or 53 and 3/5. So that's how we would estimate multiplication and division problems.